من الشيطان الرجيم فنظر نظرة في النجوم فقال إني سقيم فتولوا عنه مدبرين فراغ إلى آلهتهم فقال ألا تأكلون ما لكم لا تنطقون فراغ عليهم ضربا باليمين فأقبلوا إليه يزفون قال أتعبدون ما تنحتون والله خلقكم وما تعملون قالوا ابنوا له بنيانا فألقوه في الجحيم فأرادوا به كيدا فجعلناهم الأسفلين صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. The story of Sayyidina Ibrahim ala Nabiyina Salatu Wassalam, as mentioned in Surah Saaffaat. Last time we had read that Ibrahim alayhi salam told his people that I am sick, and what he really meant was that I am sick and tired of you, I am unwell, and I am through with your things. And he planned to, as the people would be gone, he wanted to prove to them and make them understand with their own intellect and understanding that the idols, the false gods that they are worshipping, they are helpless. So when these people went away, فَتَوَلَّوْا عَنْهُ مُدْبِرِينَ, they went away, so they went away from him, turning their backs, giving up hope that he will go. فَرَاغَ إِلَىٰ آلِهَتِهِمْ فَقَالَ أَلَا تَأْكُلُونَ. As when they were gone, Had Ibrahim ﷺ made his way to those alihatihim, those gods that were worshipped by the people. فَقَال, and said, أَلَا تَأْكُلُونَ, why would you not eat? So these people, when they were going, before going, they had kept those presentations and gifts and things to eat before their false gods. Now we have to pay attention, you have to know that shirk, associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the greatest, the biggest sin, and it fully messes up the mind and thinking of a person. And such is the case of every sin, that every sin which is the child of, which is the biggest sin is shirk. But every sin, it has the propensity to mess up with our minds. When we commit disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us lose the sense of what is right and what is wrong. So we do stupid things and we think they are correct. Now we are reading and looking at the state of those people, that they would make gods out of their own hands, carve them out of stones and wood and whatnot, and then would present food before them. Well, they know that wood does not eat, they know that stones do not eat, but they would present things of eating before them. So we on the outset, we are the outsiders, and we can see that how stupid this was. But for them it was the wisest thing, the most important, the most sacred thing to do. Why? Because shirk messes up your mind. Shirk does not let you think straight. And this is the way of smaller sins as well, that they make you stop, they take your ability away to think straight and properly. So Ibrahim a.s., the first thing he said to them was, why would you not eat? مَا لَكُمْ, then he said, what is wrong with you? لَا تَنْطِقُونَ, that you do not speak. You are gods, but you cannot even speak. No eating, no speaking. فَرَاغَ عَلَيْهِمْ ضَرْبًا بِالْيَمِينَ, then he attacked them, striking with his right hand forcefully. فَأَقْبَلُوا إِلَيْهِ يَزِفُّونَ. So when Ibrahim a.s. attacked them, of course they came tumbling down, broken, and Ibrahim a.s. did not leave any of them fixed. Rather, he destroyed, broke all of them. And then the story is in detail that he put the axe or the weapon that he used, the thing that he used to break them, on the shoulder of or the close to the biggest one of them. And when they came back, they asked, his people asked them that who did it, and then they said that Ibrahim a.s. must have done it. They asked him, and he said that why don't you ask this big one? So this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is skipping ahead to that conversation. When they came back, قَالَ أَتَعْبُدُونَ مَا تَنْحِتُونَ, when these people were really met with Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, they came to him, the idolaters, rushing. فَأَقْبَلُوا إِلَيْهِ يَزِفُّونَ. They came rushing to Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. فَأَقْبَلُوا إِلَيْهِ يَزِفُّونَ. قَالَ أَتَعْبُدُونَ مَا تَنْحِتُونَ. So Ibrahim alayhi salam tried to explain to them. He said, do you worship that which is carved by your own hands, by your own selves? So what kind of a God is he whom you create yourself? God is the one who is supposed to create you, but you create your own God. How could you come to terms with the fact that you create your own God? Rather than being a creation, you are the creator, and the God is the creation. Wallahu khalaqakum wa ma ta'malun. Indeed, it is Allah who has created you and everything that you make. So Allah is such a creator that He has created you and everything that you create, and you leave Allah and worship these idols who are actually created by your own self. They are your own creation. قَالُوا ابْنُوا لَهُ. The people, they said to him, when they lost this argument, because there is simply no winning this argument, there is just no answer to this. قَالُوا ابْنُوا لَهُ. They said to him, بُنْيَانًا فَأَلْقُوهُ فِي الْجَحِيمِ. They said, let's ibnu lahu bunyana, make a structure for him. فَأَلْقُوهُ فِي الْجَحِيمِ. And throw him into the blazing fire. So they created a big structure of fire for him, and they planned to throw Ibrahim ﷺ into it. And this story has been mentioned in other parts of the Quran, that they catapulted him into the fire, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the fire become comfortable for him. And then after living for a very long time, Ibrahim ﷺ made it safe and sound out of that fire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, فَأَرَادُوا بِهِ كَيْدًا فَجَعَلْنَاهُمُ الْأَسْفَلِينَ. These people, they intended to bring harm to Ibrahim ﷺ. فَجَعَلْنَاهُمُ الْأَسْفَلِينَ. But we made them the lowest. We humiliated them. And this is the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that if a person is sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sticks firmly to the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the enemies are ultimately humiliated. Now we have to understand that in the case of Ibrahim alayhi salatu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved his life, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him a future life, which we will talk about in the future sessions. When we stick to the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it might be that we do not survive. Success does not necessarily lie in survival, because survival is worldly. So in Allah's plan, it might be that some people will die because of their faith, and Allah is proving many things, and in the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, many benefits are secretly hidden in there. So it's not that if somebody dies because of their faith, they are the loser, or Allah did not come to their help. Rather, in the design of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are the real survivors. They are the real successful ones, because success should be permanent, not temporary. And anything of this world is temporary. But if it is in the divine wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives worldly visible success as well, in the case of Sayyidina Ibrahim ﷺ and many other cases. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.